still can't disprove. You still can't disprove my initial claim, right? You said that God has racist ideologies. Influence creates thinking. Thinking creates behavior. So if God is the ultimate being, obviously he's going to be the first influence. So God is going to influence his racist ideologies on the people. No, bro, it doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make sense.
To answer that question directly, if God put Israel above all nations, what does that say about him? You said we're not answering your question directly. That's to you. If
okay,
God,
I mean, that's like a loaded question. What does it say about him?
Question.
Like just answer.
God said, God
so open-ended question.
God said, I chose you to be above all nations. You're saying we're teaching that Israel is supposed to be above all nations. So if we can read in the Bible that God said Israel is above all nations, what does that make him?
We also have many other scriptures that I've already read that it shows that God. Okay, I can answer your scripture with another scripture. That's what I'm going to do. Are you ready? So here we go. Stop it. Nope, stop it. Listen, stop it.
One question.
We got Acts 10:34 through 35. Then Peter began to speak. I now realize how true it is that God does not show favoritism, but accepts from every nation the one who fears him and does what is right. Inwardly, not outwardly. Y'all racist.
Oh, okay, so hold on, real quick, Cap, real quick. Now, Andrew said, if you're not a prophet, you have no right to interpret scripture. So why are you allowed to come here, read scriptures, and interpret them to us if you're not a prophet?
Prophecy.
He's talking about prophecy.
What I was doing was an internal critique again. I was asking you, don't you need to be a prophet in order to interpret prophecy?
So is he a prophet? Can he interpret that?
What, prophecy?
Can he interpret
prophecy is he interpreting? He's not interpreting.
Acts 10 for the record is Peter's vision, right? It's Peter having a vision. So that's a prophecy. So he's interpreting a prophecy. Why aren't you disqualifying him?
Well, it's not prophecy. That was revelation. Are you saying that? You're saying that prophecy is revelation?
Verse in Acts 10. When you read the very next verse in Acts 10,
what's the next verse?
The word
read
which God sent unto the children of Israel. That word wasn't sent to everybody. And why is he saying that? Because Israel was scattered.
No, but you're talking about Peter. You were talking about Peter.
Man, like why?
You interrupted me.
I didn't interrupt you.
You just did, yeah.
The brother's scripture.
Yeah, you're talking. You just switched the goalpost from Peter to Israel itself. We were talking to Peter.
Wait, slow down, Swifty. I read the next verse in the book and chapter that he went to.
So
he read 34 and 35. I said, let me read 36.
Show me, what's the prophecy that's in question?
Because we get context.
Okay, what's the prophecy in question?
So when it said, in verse 35, when it says in every nation that feareth him, it's the Israelites in every nation, because that's who the word was sent to. It's just that simple.
Okay, so hang on.
So we back to my question now. I
want to go over the actual scripture with you.
Fugazi. Listen, I just want to talk to Fugazi.
Of course.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I answered your Acts the 10th chapter by reading the very next verse and showing you that word was sent to Israel. Now I'm gonna ask you my question again. When God said that the children of Israel was above all nations, what does that make God?
What does it make God when he said that God's chosen people was above other nations? Are you saying that does that make him a racist? That's what you're trying to say.
I'm asking you what that means.
Yeah, well, I'll answer it with the scripture. Let's not use my own understanding. I'll do what you guys do. I'll read a scripture. Revelations 14:16. Andrew, listen, if they play these games, you can play it back. Revelations 14:16. So then I saw another angel flying in midair, and he had an internal gospel to proclaim to those who live on the earth, to every nation, tribe, language, and people. You get what I'm saying? So even an angel. So what are you talking about, bro? So it's like, this is what I'm saying. Real quick, let me land my plane. Let me just land my plane. We can go scripture for scripture like we've been doing before you came in, Cap, and even before you came in, Gorilla. We could go scripture for scripture. That isn't really my argument here. My argument is very simple. My argument is based off of meta ethics, right? So interpreting the way you're interpreting these scriptures is racist. You've already admitted that God is a racist or has racist ideologies. So think about it. If influence creates thinking and thinking creates action, and we are made in God's image. So if God is a racist, then obviously we were all born. Adam and Eve, they didn't even freaking have to bite the apple. They were already racist. They were already sinners.
Out, brother? Hey, brother, I appreciate you bringing me on the live. If I
here's the thing, man. Y'all don't want to go back and even think to the epistemology of where you got your knowledge from, because it just doesn't. It's incompatible with your morals. It's incompatible with your morals.
Can I just ask about who's an Israelite and who isn't?
I'm gonna, if I could, to the brother. I appreciate you bringing me on your platform. I really do. I'll gladly
have you
come
back too, man. Yeah.
Because this was an impromptu one, but I think these conversations are good. If I could just close, I'll take about 60 seconds just to close out.
For sure. Fair.
No sweat. If y'all haven't subscribed to the brother's channel, make sure y'all subscribe. This was an excellent conversation. I don't have no issue. The only thing I just want to point out is every time we bring out a scripture that shows God's separatistness, they run to us instead of at least saying God was. I would respect it more if you said God was separate here, but he changed his mind here. I would even accept that. I would disagree.
We've had these discussions though. I agreed to it though. I got you. Go ahead.
I never.
I'm trying to tell you before you came in.
Asked you the questions. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because every time I went to a verse, and even when Gorilla brought to a verse in my time on your live, you wouldn't answer the question. You would just run to another verse. And